Do you struggle to get route customers or customers on your route? I know I did in the very beginning. Well, I crafted over an 18-month period of testing an irresistible offer that worked like a charm. Personally, I got over 800 customers. My members, I've had members get over 1,000, lots of them over 500, and a few even over a couple of thousand using this method. And that's when I talked to them last. I mean, they're doing it every single week. So let's talk about this irresistible offer. If your current promotions aren't grabbing attention, it's because you got no hook. You got no way to get them in the door, okay? You've got to present them with something that is no risk on their part, okay? No time risk, no money risk, no irritation risk, okay? Maybe they just went through a bunch of dry cleaners, or at least one dry cleaner that keeps breaking their buttons, okay? And they want to find somebody else, okay? So if you make an offer that's easy peasy, okay? Easy to make a decision. You want to take all the decision-making process right out of their hands, make it real simple and real easy. You've got to come up with an irresistible offer, okay? An irresistible offer is clear, specific, and has a tangible benefit. It's not vague like great service or high quality. Every dry cleaner says that. You might even be saying that. It's something that speaks directly to what your customers want. I've tested a bunch of irresistible offers for myself and my members going after new route customers. First of all, and this was an 18-month test, okay? And there are several parts. I wrote a 5-page letter, ended up being a 5-page letter that I did with bag drops. That's how I tested all of this, okay? And first thing you got to test is you got to write the letter, first of all. Then you got to test a headline, make sure that a headline works. And then there's the offer. So I combined the offer and the headline, and I tested actually 18 different headlines, which each contained a different offer, okay? Same basic headline with a different offer. And here's what I went through, okay? All the percentage off offers did not work. 50% off your first load of dry cleaning, bombed miserably. You wouldn't think it would, so I went deeper. I said, tell me how much money you spend in a month, and I'll give you that and free dry cleaning. Bombed miserably. Sounds too complicated, doesn't sound believable, I guess. Okay? That was the biggest bomb I had right there, okay? So we found what works best is a free dry cleaning dollar amount offer, okay? So I started high, started with $50 in free dry cleaning. Bombed. $40 in free dry cleaning. Bombed. $30 in free dry cleaning. Bombed. $20 in free dry cleaning. Bombed. Now, it was better of a bomb, but it was still a bomb. You know, for every 100 bags I was putting, I was getting 2 customers out of it, and I wasn't happy with that. We went to $10 in free dry cleaning, and it all broke loose. I averaged five new dry cleaning customers, and I kept 90% of them, and that's in another video, okay? 5 new dry cleaning customers for every 100 bags I put out. I said I did. I sold my dry cleaning pickup and delivery business in 2017, I believe, or it might have been 18. My son didn't want to take it over. And I started this consulting business in 2007. I started my dry cleaner in 1996. So that's when my last results were personally. I had members. Wow. Stephen, he sold his business, doesn't want to be bothered too much, but Stephen in Atlanta, Georgia, got an average of 10 And there were other places like Detroit, for some reason, around Detroit, 8%. California, only 2%. Why? Because there's so many dry cleaners and so many people in business for themselves out there. But I did have one member that got 10%. Let me tell you how he did it. Instead of dropping in neighborhoods, he got the new mover list. And this was before, this is back around 2010, I think, okay? This was before. Now it's pretty easy. You put a bunch of addresses in and you have an app that'll build you a route just like that, okay? Not back then. He had to map it out himself. He went after new movers, okay? And he got in his area, there were 300 or 400 new movers every single month. As let's say there was 300, you get 30 new customers that month. So it works, and it works in a lot of degrees, okay? You can also go to your existing customer base on your route and drop it to 3 houses across the street and 2 houses, one on either side, and put a little Post-it note that says, your neighbors, John and Mary, have been using us for 5 years, or whatever the number is, okay? That adds a lot of credibility to it. A handwritten little Post-it note, okay? No need to make it formal. They think you wrote it yourself. I don't want you writing it yourself. Get one of your people to do it, one of your counter people when they're sitting around, okay? You can give them a bunch of Post-it notes and have them write that. Remember, no $20 an hour work for you. You hire that away, or whatever your minimum wage is in your city or your town. So the best results was $10 in free dry cleaning. Why do we surmise? We surmise that because it sounds like it's not too good to be true. And we're all taught if it sounds too good to be true, guess what? It probably is. $10 is workable, okay? I can give them $10 worth of dry cleaning, and most give you a lot more, okay? But that's the thing that got him, okay? This guy's going to give me $10 in dry clean just to try it out. And if it doesn't work, I don't have to pay anything. Or I got, how bad can they be? I gave him a suit for $15 and 10 of it was covered. So how bad can it be? Okay. Just a little quick note. If somebody gives you a blanket or a comforter with that, you want to ask them, how much do you normally spend in a month? And if they say $5 a month, you say this promotion's for somebody that has, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus dollars a month. I like to say at least 50 plus dollars per month, okay? My average dry cleaning customer was $70 back in 2017. It's probably a lot more. It's probably up around $100, okay? And then you've got those 20%ers that give you 80% of your revenue that are spending hundreds of dollars per month. We all got those, okay? So, and with these offers, I said no strings attached, no surprises, no pulling a rabbit out of the hat, just an honest offer to try to get your pickup and delivery service, to have you try out our pickup and delivery service. And if you like it, fine. If you don't, kick us to the curb, okay? So I told you, after 18 months of testing, I found the offer, the no strings attached, $10 in free dry cleaning. Who knew? Okay, I'm still dumbfounded. And I've been doing this for a while, okay? I've been in this, if you know who Dan Kennedy is, okay? There's some people way, way back that I've got all their books, okay? All those books are up on my shelf up there and other places, okay? I've been studying this, it's called direct response marketing, since the early 80s. And I've used it in all my businesses. And actually, there was a period after one of my businesses went out of business. I was a full-time copywriter for 2 years and made a pretty good living at it, but it was so difficult, okay? I mean, my heart, my soul, pulling everything out. I didn't want it to bomb, okay? And the very first one I wrote that I charged $5,000 for, and I thought that was a lot of money back then it was like 85, 86. Took me about 3 weeks to write. Now, $5,000 for a month's pay is not that good. Back then, it wasn't too bad, okay? And I did take something on the end of it. He went from 3% response rate, okay? He got his leads from that show, The Rich and Famous, with Robin Leach. Remember that show? Some of you are probably, up there with me. And he had some kind of a travel product, and 3% bought it. I wrote him a sales letter. It went up to 8.8%, just like that. Then I created something else for him, charged him another $5,000 to write another sales letter. And he sold some kind of a package that would help them sell them. And he made a lot more money doing that also. Okay. Now, here's what's interesting. He hired somebody 2-3 years later to run that part of his business for him. And this guy did not know copywriting. So he changed it. He said, I was talking down to people. Well, I was writing at a 6th grade level, which all the copywriters tell you to do. And he thought that was talking down to people. And so he corrected it English-wise, didn't say the word gonna or ain't, wrote proper English like a college professor would, okay? And the font he used. I always used Courier or typewriter font because it's very comfortable, very easy to read, okay? Georgia is another one. It's very easy to read. Look at the font and see if it's easy to read, you like the font, you enjoy the font. All those things matter, okay? So he did that, okay? He changed the font, and I looked at the font and I said, that font just makes me want to kill somebody. It was horrible, a horrible, horrible font, like almost a Gothic font. Okay, so he wrote that, sent it out, spent a month, went from 8.8 to 2.3, just like that. Guess what he did with them? Canned them, just like that. He wanted to try it. Cost him a lot of money. So this shit works, okay? And I've been doing it for a while, and I still get dumbfounded like this $10 offer instead of the $50 offer. I thought for sure the 50 would win, but it did not. So therefore, what do you got to do? You got to test. You got to test. You got to test. Fortunately, I've done a lot of this testing for you, okay? The $10 offer, that was 2017. Maybe you can make it 15 now, okay? Even if you have to. But test it. Don't spend thousands of dollars. Spend $100 and test something, okay? Don't print up 5,000 of these sales letters. Print up 100 of these sales letters. Print them on your own computer, okay? So that's the irresistible offer, okay? Let's see here. Okay, again, this isn't theory. I have done this. Most of the work is done for you. So I want you to go give it a try. Hey, down below in the description, we've got a weekly. Doesn't cost you a nickel. Okay, all I want is your email address and your first name, and we'll send it out weekly with a new business idea written down, baby. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and make it a great day. Bye. That's for the thumbnail, I hope.